It's kids from room 416. It was a chilly and wet morning in Toronto, and although spring was around the corner, kids still had to wear jackets. Since Tanveer and Natalia were neighbors and best friends, they walked to school together every morning, followed by their younger siblings, Kamal and Nathan, who could be, well, kind of annoying at times. The four walked down the sidewalk, Natalia and Tanveer careful to avoid puddles, and Kamal and Nathan jumping into every single puddle they saw. Hey, what do you think Mr. Lawrence does when he's not at school? Natalia asked Tanveer. Mr. Lawrence seems like a cool guy. I bet he plays sports or probably has a dog or maybe a baby or a pet iguana, Tanveer began on a tangent. I just think it's so weird that Mr. Lawrence is our teacher and we know nothing about the guy, added Natalia. Well, let's ask him. He knows so much about all of the students in room 416 and we know nothing about him. It's not fair, replied Tanveer on a mission. Raccoon! Screamed Kamal and Nathan, pointing while holding worms in their hands. A random raccoon darted out from behind the garbage bin with a slice of pizza hanging out of its mouth. The raccoon stared at the kids. The kids stared at the raccoon. The raccoon took a careful step forward, slowly crossing the road towards Tanveer, Natalia, Nathan, and Kamal. A car came speeding out of nowhere, barreling down the street, swerving out of the way so as not to hit the raccoon. It was a close call. The raccoon, cool as a cucumber, waddled across the street, walking straight up to the kids. He dropped the pizza slice in front of Kamal and Nathan. Kamal quickly picked up the pizza and lifted it towards her mouth. Kamal, don't eat that! It's gross, yelled Tanveer before knocking it out of her hand. Nathan giggled. I think the raccoon wants to be friends with us. He looks lonely. Raccoons and kids cannot be friends, sneered Natalia. It wasn't long before they got to school and into room 416. So, are you going to ask him or should I? Natalia whispered to Tanveer. Huh? Responded Tanveer, confused. He was still thinking about that raccoon. Mr. Lawrence, don't you want to know about his life? Let's ask him stuff, said Natalia, waving her hand in the air. Ooh, Mr. Lawrence. Yes, Natalia, said Mr. Lawrence. He never knew what to expect from her. I have a question, she stated. Okay. Natalia paused and clicked her tongue before turning into a complete motor mouth. How old are you? Do you have a wife? What do you do when you're not at school? What were you like as a kid? Did you always want to be a teacher? Do you have plans this weekend? Where do you live? Do you have fun? How many siblings do you have? When's your birthday? How do you feel about iguanas? Whoa, Mr. Lawrence interrupted, laughing a little. Where is all of this coming from? Tanveer chimed in. Well, me and Natalia were talking this morning and realized that you know all of us, but we don't know you. We don't even know your first name. The other students nodded in agreement. Okay, I get it. You have questions. I will tell you 5 fun facts about me, said Mr. Lawrence. 5, I grew up in Montreal. 4, I love to cook. 3, I have a puppy named Nacho. 2, I have 1 brother and 1 sister. And 1, when I was your age, I wanted to be a professional dancer when I grew up. You can dance? Asked Raina, surprised. No way. Show us a move, interrupted Jake, yelling from the back. And the class began chanting, Dance party! Dance party! Dance party! Okay, well, let's have a dance party, said Mr. Lawrence. Everybody push your desks to the back of the room, he instructed, before turning the lights down and plugging in the speaker. He put on some music and started teaching the students cool dance moves. It wasn't long before everyone was moving, shaking, grooving, laughing, and sweating, having so much fun. The music was blasting, and Raina called everyone to the window to look outside. It was the same raccoon from the morning. You know, the one with pizza hanging from his mouth? He was dancing to the music outside. Look at him wiggle his butt, said Daniel, imitating the dance. Sure enough, the raccoon was outside, alone under the tree, shaking what his mama gave him. The students giggled as they watched. Suddenly, the classroom lights flicked on. It was Madame Bellamy, the mean lunch lady. This music is too loud and too happy. It nearly startled me while I was plucking my chin hair, she said. Mr. Lawrence turned the volume down. Oh, we're so sorry, Madame Bellamy. We just got a little carried away. Well, don't let it happen again, she blared out, slamming the door behind her. The students remained near the window. Some of them even began filming. The raccoon had found a chicken wing and was now eating it under the tree. And then Libra, the obnoxious villain owl, swooped down to the ground, and the two began what seemed to be a heated argument over the chicken wing. The raccoon sneered at Libra, refusing to back down. Libra was flapping his wings uncontrollably. The raccoon promptly turned around and shook his butt at Libra while taking another bite of the chicken wing. That's when Libra used his legs to kick the raccoon in the bum, knocking him over to the ground. The students gasped, hoping that the raccoon was okay. "Oh no, Mr. Wiggles! I hope he's not hurt," exclaimed Raina. They watched him get up, sad, before moping over to the school door by himself and scratching at it. "Mr. Lawrence, I think the raccoon wants to come inside. He's afraid of Libra," said Tanveer, worried. Mr. Lawrence peered out of the window and told the class that it's fine. Animals bicker, it's part of Mother Nature, and that the raccoon couldn't come inside because he was a wild animal. Besides, they already had one class pet, Timbit the squirrel, and that was enough. Tanveer and Natalia exchanged a mischievous look and began devising a plan to save Mr. Wiggles the raccoon. So before recess, Tanveer emptied his backpack and brought it outside with him. The raccoon was shivering, scared, waiting by the school doors. He waddled over to Tanveer, who gently pet him on the head. They sat with Mr. Wiggles and shared their recess snacks with him. He was so cute, gentle, and loving. They couldn't just leave him in the cold with that maniac owl. Who knows what might happen? So Tanveer opened his empty backpack, and Mr. Wiggles climbed inside, happy to be warm. "Are we really going to do this?" Natalia asked. "We need to save him," said Tanveer, certain that they were making the right choice. The bell rang, and they carefully transported the backpack into the classroom. "Okay, I need you to be quiet and stay in this bag," Tanveer said to Mr. Wiggles. Once they were in the classroom, Tanveer was worried about getting caught. Sweat was dripping from his forehead. What if Mr. Wiggles escaped and pooped on the floor? Or even worse, what if he bit one of the kids from room 416? After all, this was a wild animal, and anything could happen. As his mind continued racing, Raina pointed out and screamed, "Hey, it's Mr. Wiggles!" The raccoon was out of the bag and using his paws to open the door on Timbit's cage. Before Mr. Lawrence could stop it, Timbit and Mr. Wiggles were running, jumping, and climbing all over the classroom in a game of tag. Okay, everybody, move back," said Mr. Lawrence. The kids burst into laughter and excitement, watching Mr. Wiggles and Timbit play together. Mr. Lawrence used a broom to gently shoo Mr. Wiggles into the corner. Timbit stood by his side, though, refusing to let go of her new friend. "Aw, Mr. Lawrence, can we keep him? They're friends," asked Raina. Mr. Lawrence paused for a second and then called a classroom meeting. "Okay, guys, it seems like this raccoon is in need of a home. And I know you all want to keep him, but having another class pet is a big responsibility. Is everyone ready to help?" The whole class jumped up and down. "Yes," they shouted. "We'll make him the best home ever," said Tanveer. "And we'll be his new friends, protecting him from Libra the owl," added Natalia. And from that day on, Mr. Wiggles became the happiest raccoon in all of Toronto. The kids built him a cozy corner with soft blankets inside of a large cage. They taught him how to give high fives, which was his favorite trick, and eventually he even made peace with Libra. Sometimes they'd share lunch together in the playground. And the best part? Mr. Wiggles never had to feel lonely again. He had found his forever family in room 416. The end. Today's questions are, why do you think Mr. Wiggles the raccoon decided to follow the kids to school? Do you ever wonder what your teachers are like outside of school? What kinds of things do you think your teacher likes to do? Do you think it was dangerous for Natalia and Tanveer to pet the raccoon and sneak him inside of the classroom? What could they have done differently? And that's a wrap on today's episode. If your kid enjoyed the show, we'd love to hear from you. You know what to do. Please take a moment to rate, review, and share our podcast. That really helps us get in front of other families and kids just like you. Don't forget to check us out on social media at Kids from Room 416 and visit our website for a free downloadable coloring sheet. Share your kids' artwork with us using hashtag KidsFromRoom416 on social media for a chance to be featured. We also have a new sticker and affirmation card starring Boogie the Caterpillar. Can't wait to see you again next week. It is the Kids from Room 416 podcast.